Hello, this is cybersecurity expert Reginald Andre, and today we are talking about the University of Miami that apparently had a hack attack. And this morning I got a few emails and a few text messages from our clients where they're, saying, hey, look, this has really nothing to do with ARC solvers and our business, but, I have my son and my daughter, they're attending University of Miami, and they got an email saying that possibly their social security number or other, sensitive information was compromised. So what should I do now? So I figured, let me make a video, and then I'm going to be sending it to those people that sent me those text messages and emails, but generally too for the public. If you have, if you yourself or have your son or your daughter or grandchild that has or is attending University of Miami, or even if you're a patient, because according to the email that was sent to the University of Miami students and what's on the University of Miami's website, they're actually stating that it's the students' information. However, if you look at the Miami Herald, which is a local newspaper here in South Florida, they're stating also that it was patients' information, because University of Miami also has a hospital. Both the hospital and the school is probably around 25-30 minutes from our office, so I thought it was important to talk about that. So let's first talk about what should you do. Again, if you have any affiliation with the University of Miami, I think, in my opinion, my professional opinion, you should definitely do what is called credit monitoring, because right now on the dark web, I even checked to make sure there is information that is out there related to hospital records that shows the patient's name, that shows the patient's information, and also shows the social security number. And once something is on the dark web, when something is on the internet, it's nearly impossible to now take it off. So you can go to your credit card, your credit agencies. They're called the big three, Experian, and the other two. And for about $20 a month, you can essentially monitor your credit. And when you monitor the credit, that just means that if something goes, let's just say, for example, someone tries to lease a car, someone tries to go to Costco and get a store credit card, whatever the case is, if they're using the name and the social security number, it's going to alert you to let you know that, hey, you know what, this was just used. Now, and I don't quote me on this, but many times when these hacks happen, there's class action lawsuits that didn't happen, and the university settles where they will, or the person that has the breach, I should say, settles where they then offer free credit monitoring. So that could be something that possibly could be reimbursed. I would also take it to another level, because this is although credit monitoring is great, I think it's also a little reactive, because it's too late. Someone went and took the time to go to Dell and open up a store credit card or a Dell credit card using the social security number and the name. So the damage is already done. I mean, it's great that you know about it, but the damage is done. So also, when you're doing these when you're looking at the credit bureaus, I would also look to see if they offer the upsell, and they do, where essentially for another $10 or something, it puts a block on your social security number, because the last thing you're going to want to do is, if your student is going to University of Miami and they're 18, they're 19 years old, they're probably staying, living at home or staying at the dorm, and now when they're 21, 22, they've graduated, they want to now rent an apartment, they want to buy a house, they want to buy a car, and to find out that back when they were 18, 19 years old, because they were not paying attention to their credit, now someone has essentially damaged their credit. And we all know how important that is, to have clean credit, and how hard it is to clean your credit, especially if there's fraud. So my opinion is to spend the extra $10 in addition to the monitoring. So let's just say, for example, someone is trying to use that person's social security number. Let's just say they're trying to lease a car, because that happens all the time, because they now know your name, they know the email address, they know they can always Google the person on Facebook to find how they look, and essentially they now try to lease a car. Well, with the credit blockage, it puts an extra step. So that, let's just say that car dealership now has to do an extra step to reach out to you to verify you are who you are. So that's more of a that is more of a proactive situation. So hello, Philip. Thank you for watching. You're asking, when did this occur? So University of Miami just released this yesterday. So well, they just announced it yesterday. When did it occur? More than likely a while ago. So next question that we're having is, okay, so on the technical side, so now what does that mean? Like, how did this even happen? How could University of Miami have allowed this to happen? So I'm not here to play Monday morning quarterback and to say anything bad about University of Miami, but according to the reports, it was this happened through a software called Acilion. So Acilion is like a big file transfer tool. Many times hospitals and corporations and even schools, they have to communicate with people, but they have to be able to send large files. And back before there was, OneDrive and Dropbox and Ignite, to send files from one location to another digitally, there was Acilion, and they had a file transfer tool because, in emails, you can only send, I think it's about 25 megs that you can actually send. Maybe some are 50, but nevertheless, it's very small. And if you're a hospital and you need to send some transcripts of patients' records, x-rays, etc., you want to be able to send it fast. You don't want to mail it, and you want to send it, to another hospital digitally within hours. So this is what this program was using. However, back in December, I believe it was December the 23rd, Acilion had notified all of his customers that there was a huge breach and that customers needed to do the patch, and they needed to essentially stop using the service because they no longer offered that one particular model for file transferring. So this is how it is being reported that the university was breached, because they were still using this program. So again, I don't know if they were in the process of migrating to something else, but nevertheless, they were caught with their pants down in this situation, and now they're dealing with that. So I hope this video was helpful. If you know anybody that has attended University of Miami, they're a student or past student, right now the university is tight-lipped as far as how big this is, because I'm sure they're dealing with forensics, they're dealing with the FBI, they're dealing with their cyber insurance company. So there's a whole process for that. So usually you don't want to just tell the world, especially if it's not really needed to know. So I would just take the extra step in making sure that you have credit monitoring if you don't have it already. And then if you're a patient, they did post a phone number on their website as far as who you can call to get more information. So definitely reach out to them directly to see if they can let you know if you were affected. Usually what happens in these scenarios is that there's negotiations happening right now, because the information is out there right now. What the hackers are doing, what the hackers are doing is saying they're essentially releasing samples. They're proving to the university that, look, we were able to break into your systems, and we were here's a sample of what we have. So now what's happening in the background is that now you have the cyber insurance policy company that is coming in and is essentially saying, okay, how much do you want? And that goes into a whole nother thing about paying the ransom and things like that, because now you're dealing with criminals. So I won't go into that, because this video was more about if you have any business with the university, you should just be aware of this and the steps to take next. The credit monitoring, like I said, is like $15-20 a month, and it's something that you should have anyways. I have it personally, just because I'm in the business and I know the importance of it, but it is something definitely something that you should have as well. So thank you all for watching. And Philip, you said that you have all 3 credit monitoring, so that's great. Yep, I definitely recommend that, and thank you all for watching. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe our page. And we also have a YouTube channel where you can see a trove of about 140 videos regarding cybersecurity and IT. Take care.